Hello and welcome to your week of Checkpoint on campus. I am your host, Jacob Brothers, and joining me as always is the wonderful Erica Sadora. Erica, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How about you, Jacob?
I'm doing great as well, but something that's doing even better is this week of On Campus. Coming up in the queue, we're going to be talking about Ferris State University having an esports production degree. We're going to be talking about Kilgore College hosting Smash Ultimate Summit with Vanessa. We're going to have your preview review. And we're going to round out the show with a Spike Drop from Jack. All that coming up in this week of On Campus. Don't you go anywhere. Hello again, friends. Jacob Brothers still here. Erica Sadora still there across our metaphorical desk. And we are here to talk about Ferris State University offering a brand new type of esports degree. So, Erica, what do we need to know?
This is actually going to be an esports production degree, which is fairly new in our esports world as we keep expanding. This degree will cover esports business as well as video and audio production, user interface, as well as live streaming and digital media skills. I wish we had this in our school because this is such an opportunity for students who are looking to get their foot in the door, not just in the gaming sense, but also in the production sense. This was launched February 18th, 2022, and this is going to be a cross-disciplinary program. That is a big word for me, and it will be fully online. Actually, the interesting thing is Ferris State actually has 600 students already involved in esports organizations, but their projected the projected students that are going to be coming in is 20, and by year 3 they're going to be expecting 60 students.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. So 60 students in the program, eventually 20 in the beginning. But we've never heard of an esports production. We've been talking about at length about esports majors and esports minors, and that's really for the players. While for production, because we've talked about like that's the next step. Because now schools who have good production teams, such as Boise State, like we recognize that where it's like this school, if you want to be good at producing and being on the camera, here's where you go. For a school offering this now, it's really a brand new world because there are degrees in production, but it's never been focused around like the live streaming landscape, like the modern day. And so it's really cool that they're going to be doing that. And I have a quote here from Bobby Fleshman, who is the vice president of academic affairs, that I thought was interesting, because he said that the professional esports production program was designed to appeal to students who enjoy esports and want to make a career out of it after their time competing as an esports athlete. And that's something that's fascinating to me because in traditional sports, that's how it goes usually. You can think of like Tony Romo or people like that, where they play in their sport for a long time and then they become a media personality. And then their career kind of has just a second wind. And the thought that that could be happening in esports, let alone on the collegiate level, like that's really cool. It's really interesting for people to be able to get hands-on experience in their esport. And then they think, maybe the pro level isn't for me, but I want to be in esports. Let me go into production. And it's really awesome that they're going to be evolving in that direction. And furthermore, we talked about later in the show, actually, Michigan is this huge place for collegiate esports for really no reason. It all just kind of developed in Michigan. And this is
Michigan and Texas.
Yeah, and Texas, yeah. But this developed and so Ferris State is in the Grand Rapids area in Michigan. And so they also think that this is a competitive advantage over their Michigan counterparts, with the degree also being fully online. So it's fun to me that we are now getting to the point in Michigan esports. We're like, well, we are all competing with one another, and here's how we get out ahead with our esports production. Like that's a really great evolution of the scene. Of like, it's not like, oh, we're just going to get a good team and be good at league. It's like, no. We can be the production school and they can be the farm school. And so it's really cool to see the ecosystem kind of working itself out. So I really hope that this program has success, and only time will tell. Thank you for all that, Erica. And coming up next, we're going to be talking about Kilgore College with their Smash Ultimate Summit coming up after this. Hello and welcome back to Checkpoint on Campus. Jacob Brothers is still here. Erica Sadora is still there. And joining us is Vanessa Alves Johnson. And we are here to talk about some Super Smash Brothers. There was a tournament that just took place. So Vanessa, what do we need to know?
So this tournament took place at Kilgore College, which is located in Kilgore, Texas. So of course, when it comes to Smash, something happening in Texas is definitely not a shock there. They had 6 teams from the Texas region. They had Texas A&M, Stephen F. Austin University, Sam Houston University, University of Texas at Tyler, and Abilene Christian College. So mainly teams from that Texas region. And to get their teams formed for this summit, they basically had qualifiers that just picked the top four players from each school to go to this competition. And this is the second annual summit that they've had. So they had one last year, and this is the second one they're doing. and we're waiting on updated information on the results on their website. There isn't much information yet, so we are still kind of waiting to see what is coming out of this. But this is really great to hear about because, a lot of in-person Smash tournaments and qualifiers, are finally happening again because I think a lot of things were just online and remote. So it's really nice to actually see it happening in person. This team in this summit actually had a double elimination bracket. So each team had about 12 lives, otherwise known as stock. And they had the qualifiers to have those top 4 players. So we'll definitely kind of see who did well in this. But like I said, I definitely think it was really nice that we had an in-person and open to the public summit to, have Smash in person again, because I know a lot of people had been kind of adjusting to just only playing online. So hopefully we get to see more of these summits happening in person.
Yeah, for Smash in particular, it needs to be in person. I mean, nowadays games are having netcode, but Nintendo will probably have netcode in a fighting game in like 10 years. So until then, we definitely need to have it physical. But excuse me. Let's talk about the information. This was 4 top players from a school in their second annual event that already took place. When you typed in Kilgore College Smash Ultimate Summit, and it took you to Kilgore's website, what happened?
They give you a beautiful access denied page with no information on the school's website.
Huh. And then Erica, if I were to, where would esports generally be streamed?
Typically on Twitch.
Typically on Twitch. And so one would think if you type in Kilgore College on Twitch for a top playing tournament, that it would pop up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't happen. And so I don't want to sound so overtly negative, but you can't have a tournament with top players in a repeat event and not have the information available. I mean, we record 3 days after the tournament happens, and there's nothing on Twitter, their website, because I also looked at it, says access denied, or like, hey, this link isn't found. And that's not cash money. That's not POG, as the kids would say.
We want to see you play. We want to see you guys play.
Yeah, we want collegiate esports to grow, and for collegiate esports to grow, you have to be able to find the game, and people playing the game, and the results of the game. And that unfortunately did not happen. So in the future, and also Texas is a huge market for esports, especially in collegiate. Most of the good colleges in esports are either in Texas or Michigan. It makes no sense, but that's the way it is. Shout out to Maryville, St. Louis, our biggest listener base. We love you. But it's interesting. So I hope going forward we see more of this, because also Smash tournaments I think are the most fun. 12 lives in stock in a double elimination bracket. That's cool. That's interesting. We want to see these personalities, because also in a fighting game, it's really the player who has the personality, and you want to see those personalities come to light. So hopefully we get to see more of this. Hopefully we get to see more of it, and we get to see more of it. Actually see it. But thank you for that, Vanessa. Congrats to who did win. Hopefully we find out soon enough. And coming up next will be your infamous preview review after this. Hello once again. Your 2 favorite hosts are still here, and welcome to your infamous preview review. Coming up first, we're going to talk about Halo. You know it. You love it. I love it even more. Collegiate Halo is popping. The teams who were undefeated before are pretty much all still undefeated, and the ecosystem is looking really good. Actually, Arizona State has 2 undefeated teams. So I would say that right now, Arizona State is the team in the lead for winning it all. But there's so many teams that are also 5-1. The Ryersons, there's so many schools of that quality that are 5-1. And so when it gets to the time of playoffs, it's going to be really spicy. So keep an eye out for it. And again, all matches happen on Tuesday at 5 p.m. CST. But that's Halo. Erica, what's going on with League of Legends?
A lot is going on with League of Legends. We're actually coming in with another week of Proving Grounds, and this week we are featuring 2 elimination matches, 2 playoff qualification matches, and our favorite teams. This week was actually streamed on 2 Twitches. The first Twitch I'm going to talk about is going to be the Academy's Twitch, where we have 100 Thieves Next versus Bogged, where they went 2-0. And Winthrop University versus York Lions, where they also went 2-0. The incredible thing about 100 Thieves is not only did they win the last Proving Grounds, but they are terrifying because they went 21 minutes in without like less than one death throughout their entire first round, which was terrifying to watch. And I can't imagine how the opposing team felt. And for Winthrop, what's incredible about this team is their support. I can talk all day about Sir Kenji, but his peel for his ADC, his jungle, his mid is out of this world. For the unified live Twitch, we actually have Immortals AoE versus Ginger 2, where they went 2-1, and EG Prodigies versus Redbird Esports, where they also went 2-1. I want to shout out specifically Michi too on Immortals because he actually got the first quadra kill of this week, which is always something to be awarded for. And it's refreshing to see how this team plays. I love Redbird Esports, but sometimes, they gotta rotate a little bit faster. But I'm certainly excited to see what the next Proving Grounds has in store. And for CLOL, we finally have our conference playoffs around the corner, so keep an eye out on those.
Awesome. And for the rest of the esports going on this week, here are our interns.
This week in Overwatch news, we have the Florida Mayhem Winter Classic this weekend on March 5th. Now, this isn't a collegiate exclusive tournament, but out of the 8 teams participating, 4 of them are collegiate teams. Those 4 are HU Storm, Maryville, Redbirds, and University of Florida. Last year, the Fall Classic 2021 was run by Redbirds Esports. You can watch all of the matches on the Florida Mayhem Twitch channel. Also in Overwatch news, NACE Star League completed round 6 this week. Some of those results were St. Clair Saints 3-0ing Ontario Tech Esports, HU Storm 3-0ing Army West Point, Oakland Esports 3-2ing Central Michigan, Redbirds 3-0ing Jayhawk Esports, and University of California Berkeley 3-0ing USF Dons. Only 3 rounds remain, but there's still plenty of time to see the standings for each region change. Also, the OWCCS 2022 played another 2 matches for round 2 of the Swiss stage over the weekend. Some of the top 32 in the East include Bay State, Northwood, HU Storm, KSU Esports, and Akron Zips. In the West, we have Boise State University, UW Stout Esports, Maryville, Redbirds, and Braves Esports. We're already starting to see the top 32 teams shift as the list isn't clean sweeps across the board anymore, and many teams are sitting at a 3-1. This tournament is far from over though. As always, make sure you follow your school on their Twitch account so you never miss a match.
Hello there. Week 2 for CRL for the league play has ended and it has been amazing and fun games. Let's do a quick recap for the week victories this week. So in the Eastern Conference, on top with 102 points, we got Penn State Blue. Then following under them is going to be UCF Academy, King Tornado, Rutgers Scarlet Knights, West Virginia University, Michigan State, Siena Heights University, and Illinois Wesleyan University. And for the Western Conference, on top, this time is going to be Texas Longhorns. Following under them is going to be Boise State Orange, Keanu Huskies, UCSD Blues, University of Minnesota, San Jose State University, UBC Gold, CU Boulder Black to finish the list. These are exciting games, and it's still anyone's game with 2 more weeks of league play to go.
The start of the second split took place this week and kicked off with the trio of ranked games. Number 25 Louisiana Tech versus number 22 Akron, number 6 St. Edwards versus number 11 Arizona State, and number 8 Westcliff versus number 9 Texas State. Unfortunately, the billing of these games wasn't what you would expect. Number 28 Akron and number 8 Westcliff both won their games 3-0 and 3-1 respectively. And number 11 Arizona State was able to pull off the upset in dominant fashion, sweeping number 6 St. Edwards. The other winners from Monday were Oklahoma Christian winning 3-1 and Texas sweeping 3-0. Tuesday saw the same old, with all games being won in dominant fashion. Number 12 Concord, number 21 Davenport, and Grand Valley State brought out the brooms, winning their games 3-0. Queens University and number 10 Penn State and New Haven all won their games 3-1.
Hello, my name is Jose and this is your CSGO Rundown. Let's get to it. Starting off first with WMU facing off against USF Esports in a thrilling 3-round match. In the end, USF Esports defeated WMU in Nuke with a score of 19-17, barely edging out their opponent. Moving on, previously in round 3, CSM Bluish pulled ahead of UCART with a dominating display in the last map, Vertigo. Easy 1-1-3-2-7 went on to accomplish a triple kill to end the round and give CSM the victory. Round 4, however, did not go as planned for CSM. UCF Academy versus UF Orange proved to be a long and strenuous match for both sides. UCF Academy was a slight underdog going into the match, but they gave UF Orange a run for their money in Overpass and Inferno. In the end, however, UF Orange would edge UCF 19-16. Now, round 5 will be a crucial one. Already around 5 teams, including MSU, have already separated themselves from the pack and will continue to do so down the line. This has been your CSGO Rundown. My name is Jose, and I'll see you next time.
Hey everybody, it is Jack Bridges with your weekly coverage and preview review for Valorant news. So today, again, like last week, we are covering the Battle Academy Winter Saga. This week we are covering the last round of open qualifiers for the Battle Academy Winter Saga. So we're going to get right into it. These are the rounds for the West region. We're going to get into the second round matches for the sake of time, but all the teams that played in the first round had great showings. But in the second round matches, we had TAMU Maroon over Rebel Gaming Black, UC Davis Gold over SJSU Gray, SJSU Gold over TAMU White, and CU Boulder over MNSU. And the semifinals and the championship happened the next day on a Thursday. The final 4 teams remaining for this open qualifier semifinals were TAMU Maroon, UC Davis Gold, SJSU Gold, and CU Boulder. And for those semifinal matches, we had TAMU Maroon over UC Davis Gold and CU Boulder over SJSU Gold. So the championship featured TAMU Maroon versus CU Boulder. Both teams had great showings last week. I think CU Boulder actually made it to the semifinals and TAMU Maroon made it to the finals. So we see some familiar faces in the championship. And TAMU Maroon ended up winning the bracket overall and becoming the 5th team to lock their place in for the Battle Academy Winter Saga Championships. Next week will be the last chance qualifiers. Those will have started by the time this video is posted, but we will make sure to cover that for the next time.
Thanks, guys. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about Spike Drop number 9 with Jack coming up after this. Welcome back for the last time this week of Checkpoint on Campus. Jacob Brothers is here once again. Erica Sadora is here once again. And joining us is the delightful Jack Bridges. Thank you for coming on, Jack. And Jack, you are here to talk to us about a little something called Spike Drop. What do we need to know?
Yeah, so Spike Drop is an event put on at the HyperX Arena, Las Vegas. So Allied Esports is a gaming company that puts on tournaments and events at HyperX Arena pretty often. I actually checked their March schedule, and there was like 3 or 4 days maybe where they didn't have stuff going on. So they got stuff going on all the time at HyperX Arena, and one of those is Spike Drop, which is a double elimination tournament for Valorant. And anybody can sign up, anybody can register. You just have to do it beforehand. And in Spike Drop number 9, which took place on February 20th, 12 teams competed in double elimination. In the winners final, we had the A team against Rebel Gaming Black. The A team took a 13-9 victory in the winners final, but since it is double elimination, there was a grand final in which the same teams faced off again. They had their rematch, and the A team remained undefeated with a 13-3 victory over Rebel Gaming Black. So it was the same outcome, but it was cool to see a rematch happen. And it was also cool to see all the Rebel Gaming teams. Like, I know there was a Rebel Gaming White and Rebel Gaming Red both had really good showings in the tournament. I think Rebel Gaming Black actually had to beat Rebel Gaming Red in the losers final to make it back for their rematch. So that was just really cool to see them all working together and all just kind of excelling together, all making it towards the end. And the A team got first place and they got a cash prize of $300, which is $60 per player. And Rebel Gaming Black got second place with a cash prize of $200, which is $40 per player. So it was a really cool event overall. And for the next one, Spike Drop number 10 is actually taking place on March 27th. And I don't think they have a set schedule for when Spike Drops take place, but since this last one was on February 20th, which was the second to last Sunday, I think they had a scheduling conflict with the expo actually, because they had some things going on at HyperX Arena. So I think these Spike Drops take place the last Sunday of each month if you are interested in joining next time.
Cool. And I know that those are streamed on the HyperX Twitch channel as well.
Yeah, that's right. Allied Esports.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It's great that UNLV is getting these reps because UNLV is really ramped up. Great, we're a little biased as our on-campus is partnered with UNLV, but really this semester in particular, their Overwatch team is fragging, the Valorant team is fragging. So honestly, Rebel Gaming getting these reps in this tournament is probably going to help them go even further in Valorant. And hopefully that's the case. I'd like to see that. But
No,
Jack, thank you.
yeah, and I'm actually covering something in my preview review about Rebel Gaming. They actually made it further into the Battle Academy Winter Saga the second time around. So maybe these practice reps at these spike drops are helping them get further along in some national gaming arenas. So
there we go. And time will only tell. So thank you for coming on, Jack. And with that, that is our show. We hope that you enjoyed this week of Checkpoint on Campus. For more, check out all of our stuff on checkpointxp.com. And remember that we will always and forever, you're going to see Erica. We love you. You guys have a great week.